This week on High Scores, High Stakes, all that practice finally gets put to the test. It's the Tekken Bowl challenge. 10 frames, 1 winner. Every throw counts and the pressure builds fast. Highest score takes home 3 points. We've trained for this. Now it's time to deliver on the alley. Frame 1 starts now. Hi everybody and welcome to Season 6, Episode 2 of High Scores, High Stakes, the podcast that always takes its scraps into the alley. I'm your host as always, Mr. Lova Lova, and with me is my co-host.
Ready Player 2. It's me, Tomahawk. How are we doing, Lova?
I'm alright, mate. I'm alright. It is good to be back. How are you, mate? All good?
All good, all good. I've got another episode of competition podcasting. It has been a hectic week. I'm looking forward just to talking some games. I'm watching some Tekken Bowl.
Yes. I'm quite excited for this one because Tekken Bowl is probably one of the finest mini games ever made. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't read the title and you just accidentally landed here, tonight's challenge game is, of course, Tekken 7. But instead of having a scrap, because I did that all the way back in Season 2.
Yes, this is it. This is the first game we've actually revisited in High Scores lore.
Yeah, incredible. We are taking it to the bowling alley because we are doing Ultimate Tekken Bowl Challenge. 10 frames, highest score wins. It is that simple. That is what we're doing tonight. But before we get into what we're playing tonight, Tomahawk, we all know that every episode is somebody's first episode. And that is where we tell you who we are and what we do. We are High Scores, High Stakes, the internet's only competitive PlayStation podcast, where every week myself, Tomahawk, and our other co-host, Cardinal Smith, compete against one another in a PlayStation gaming league table. Every week we pick a game and play a challenge in that game. The winner gets 3 points, second place gets 2 points, third place gets 1 point. Whoever's top of the league after 12 weeks wins the coveted High Scores, High Stakes Cup. That is who we are. That is what we do. So last week, the league table looked like this. Cardinal was third with 1 point. You were second with 2 points. I was first with 4 points. But right now, Tomahawk, they want to know, what are you playing?
I've been playing Cairn. Okay. I bought a game.
You bought a game?
That released in 2026.
I mean, it's only January, but it is, of course, February. We are 2 months in, and already you're 1 for 2. Let's go.
This is incredible. Well, we talked about Cairn like a year and a half ago. I think one of the summer, like not Summer Game Fest, past this previous Summer Games Fest.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd play this. And then I played the demo. I played the demo to death. I have more playtime on the demo than I do with the full game at this point in time. But I have picked it up. I've played it on the big TV. I played it on the portal. I think this game is absolutely phenomenal. I'm really, really pushing for everyone to own this and do a game of the month on it. I think this has just been not what I expected, but it's been something special, this game, to be honest. It's so tricky. Everyone keeps asking me, it's like, what's it like? I've heard really good things. And I'm like, it's really cozy. It's really nice. But death follows you at every mistake.
Yes, it does. Yeah, it does. It's a great game. I've also been playing that.
Awesome.
Just so we don't bore our listeners by covering the same game. I've also been playing it. I've been playing it to death. I absolutely love this game. It is, as you said, it's not what I was expecting. This nice little cozy, let's climb a mountain game. That is not at all what we've got, because there is so much lore in this game, and it is everywhere.
The lore is great, yeah.
And what I love about it is I started it on Twitch last week and I wanted to play more of it, so I started a second save because I didn't want to continue my Twitch save. And I took a different route up the mountain and I got different tidbits of lore. So it depends on where the route you take and what you pass and what you see dictates what lore you get. So this game has replayability right through its very design. It's very, very, very good.
It's got a really strong like in-game mechanic. It's got a really strong like everything surrounding it. Like, so I'm just curious and really interested to see, like, you get Ava's journey through like voice messages and stuff like that from the Climb bot. So I'm just really clued in. I think I said this in the group chat that this gives me Journey vibes, but
Yeah.
this is giving me Journey vibes in like an actual narrative story base, whereas opposed to Journey was just a self-fulfilling prophecy. So much more than I thought this was ever going to be. This game, I thought walking sim, cozy climber game, and now I'm like, I feel as if every time I fall or I forget to put a pit in, I'm like letting the side down, and then I look at my like when you pull the map back and you look at your climb route and where you failed and where you've died. God, it makes me sad.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to finish it to go back and do the one run, the permadeath run.
Yeah. Where
I'd
you
be
get
really-
one shot. Yeah, it's excellent. In fact, I love a lot about it. It's from the Game Bakers who made Fury way back when. Fury was a great game too. These guys have pedigree, you know.
That's it. You know what? I think they've put this out and it's got such good reception. I think people who played the demo knew they were going to get the full game, but I think people who got the demo and slapped on it are in for a treat.
Yeah,
I would say if you are on the fence about buying it, this is my consumer advice for the week. If you are on the fence about buying it, play the demo. The demo is incredible.
Yeah.
And it just gives you that good, it's the tutorial effectively, it gives you that good basis on how the game works, and you can just hang around the gym for the entire time if you wanted to.
The gym's great.
It's a great tutorial because it doesn't force anything on you. It just goes, climb wall ABC, and then sends you off into the world. But you don't have to go that straight away. You can do all the advanced training, and I would recommend you do the advanced training.
I would recommend you climb every single wall. I think there's 8 walls, but some of the walls have 2 different routes that teach you 2 different things. I would recommend wholeheartedly completing that gym. You don't get a trophy for it, which was shocking because I was like, surely if you complete all these routes, you're going to get a trophy. No, you do not. You do not. But no, what a game. What a game. Is that all you've been playing this week, Karen?
I booted up a Phasmophobia for the first time in a long time, and I've done something. I've fallen out of love a little bit with the game here, so it's gone from the hard drive. So I streamed it off the portal. It feels oddly comfortable as a handheld game. Mm-hmm. But I think until we get the 1.0 of this game, the gameplay loop for me is a little bit stale now. And it kills me to say it. Really, really kills me to say that because I've adored this game since it came to console, and it's gone through a journey in that last 18 months. But yeah, I think I just hit a brick wall with it now. So I played it for a little bit there and went, oh, okay, well, it's not any of the new Ghosts. It's never any of the new Ghosts.
Yeah, no, it's actually funny. It's one of those games. Every time I'm on Portal, I'm like, should I play this? And I always decide on something different. The only other game I've been playing is that I Hate This Place. It's very good.
Oh yes,
yeah, it's very good. I'm gonna beat that, I think, and then I'll make a
review video.
A YouTube review video. Yeah,
I'm excited because I like this, and I think when we got the key for it originally, so shout out to the team for sending that over. Stranger Things meets Darkwood is such a vibe, and it's such a correct way to describe that game. Yeah. Looking at the gameplay videos for it, it looks awesome, and I think I might pick it up as well at some stage. I'm really getting into these like rogue survivor management games. It might be the year for them. Who knows?
It could be the decade for them because that's all the things that come out recently. But no, I'm really enjoying it. And speaking of YouTube reviews, my one for service with a shotgun has finally went up on YouTube, so check that out whenever you can. You will hear all my thoughts and feelings on that game. But yeah, that really brings us. There's no Cardinal here this week. People might have noticed there's no Cardinal. That is because more important things have come up, and he sends his regards. And I don't know about you, Tomahawk, but I didn't get the impression he's particularly confident about his Tekken Bowl score.
No, I think he popped up in your stream as is the custom now for the season 6 episodes, and he just went, holy moly, and then we never really heard from him for the rest of the streams. So.
No, but let's waste no more time. Let's kick up the bumpers. Let's get the ball launcher, and let's get straight to the alleys for some Tekken Bowl. Let's go.
Before we do, I've done exactly what Cardinal Smith likes to do, and I've gone to his PlayStation most recent played. Would you like the greatest hits then? So I can only assume is what he's been playing this week then. So we may as well fill the Cardinal void with a bit of what Cardinal's playing based on his PlayStation app statistics. Cat Quest, Gran Turismo 7, Vampire Survivors.
Oh, there we go.
2 of those 3 games do not surprise me in any way, shape, or form, but Cat Quest is, there we go.
There we go. That's what Cardinal's been playing. Let's get to the bowling alley. Let's get some Tekken Bowl done. All right, Tomahawk. So here we are, this week's challenge in record-breaking time. By the way, Seaman Cardinals out here, we are on point with our records. We are ready. Our hands are... Do they wear chalk in bowling? I feel like I've seen this somewhere.
I don't know. I think we're playing a lot of chalk-based games at the minute now, so why not? They use chalk in bowling. It's canon now.
We have our one fingerless glove on. We're ready to bowl. Before we get into the actual bowling, let's just explain to everyone the order we're going in here. So high scores, high stakes tradition. We're going to go from third in the league to first in the league. So the run order for tonight, the first game is going to be Cardinals. The second game is going to be yours. Third game is going to be mine. And obviously the point system is whoever scores the highest in a single 10-frame game of bowling wins the 3 points. That is the running order.
Simples.
So let's get into Cardinals gameplay. And here we are, Tomahawk, watching Cardinal Smith's gameplay. First thing to note here, he has picked Master Raven, which is not a pick I thought he was going to pick. I fully expected to see Jin.
Oh, I was expecting all of our picks from season 1 in this fact.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think Cardinal's been bluffing us here. He has just hit frame 1 with a strike.
A good strike. Yeah.
Perfect start.
He pushed hard for Tekken Bowl to get included. Was it last season we were discussing games? I do just remember him going, we should play Tekken Bowl because Tekken Bowl's really fun.
Oh, and 2 strikes now.
In a row, a double. And I think we might have a ringer here. I think he might be Bill Murray in Kingpin, the movie.
Absolutely.
But yeah, he picked Master Raven. Not what I expected because, number one, it's a left-handed character. I don't know if you've noticed this, but different characters play with different hands. And he's just got a turkey.
3 strikes.
Cardinal is here.
Days. Cardinal Smith is absolutely cleaning house at the minute now. This is the man who, in the prep for this challenge, was like, I can't even get above 60. I can't even get above 60. He's got an interesting approach because he's gone sort of similar to what I did. He's gone right to the edge, but he seems to have then angled himself into aim towards the middle pins, and we'll see my tactic when we get to it. But that's 3 strikes in a row, and he's got an easy spare now to pick up. Though,
well, you say easy
because easy. There's no easy. There's no easy shot in Tekken Bowl. I've realized now, but it's an interesting challenge because we can sit there all day and go, oh, it's just bowling. But this game I've realized demands perfection, and no 2 shots are exactly the same, no matter what way you play them, no matter what way you angle them here. But he's off to an absolute flying start. Now, I remember Tekken Bowl from Tekken Tag Tournament days. So, granted, that's about 20 years ago since I have played Tekken Bowl now. So, I'm very much out of the loop on this one here. But, man, it's such a great mini game. Really, really is.
It is. And as you say, he's got the really straight, for the benefit of audio listeners rather than video watchers, Cardinal is placing himself as far to one side of the alley as he can and is diagonally aiming his ball into the first pin. I've never seen anyone play bowling like this, and just realised he switched hands here. I'm pretty sure Master Raven was a left-handed character first throw. He's changed to his right.
Oh no, he's hit an overcharged as well. So he's usually, for me, no, with the overcharge, then if you are listening audio only, you don't let go of the ball and you send your entire character down the alley. That's usually a run killer for me.
It's a sneaky tactic that there is a sneaky mechanic. Sorry, is you only overcharge whenever your power is at 0. I thought it was when you went too hard,
like 101%. Yeah,
opposite is when your power is 0 is when you overcharge. But yeah, I found it overcharge if you get a spare and you throw an overcharge, that kills your run. But if you've got a strike, they work slightly different from spares. So for people who don't know bowling rules, Bowling rules are really
Still don't know
simple.
bowling rules.
Knock down all 10 pins. If you get a strike, that is 10 pins. So you get 10, plus it carries over to your next frame.
Yeah.
Whatever you score in that next frame gets added to the 10, and that's your final score.
Well, he's picking up spares left, right, and center here now, so he's doing a great job here of actually like maintaining.
Yeah. The difference between strikes and spurs in the scoring is strike will get you the next frame. A spur will only count on your next throw. So if you get a spur and then an overcharge, you get 10. It's a run killer for me as well. I find a lot of things
strike here as well.
Yeah, I find run killers all over the show, to be quite honest. If you didn't clean a frame, it's a run killer. Your score goes up very fast, but likewise, conversely, it decimates you if you.
Now, this is where I found that you struggled as well. So if you get a strike, then the next frame kind of goes into this neon disco vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's proves a little bit of a distraction as well, because like the lanes have all these like streamlines.
Yeah,
I think nearly plays with your aim system as well, which also has a light stream attached to it.
I have a system, so I do for my throws, and when it changes into the strike sort of neon vibe, it plays in my system. And it makes it very, very, very difficult. But currently, Cardinal is on frame number 9, and he's on a score of 168. Once you add that other strike.
Once you add all your multipliers as such, but once you add your carryovers and everything as well. But I tell you what, he is, for a man who was playing Big Scared Puppy, he's come in and he's put in an absolutely cracking shift here.
He has done, like, it's crazy. So that's his highest score. That's a record.
He's hit 179 though, for those who aren't watching the video, and it's a PB. So I think he's bettered his. I think we just said just before we hit play there, I was looking at it was on the character screen, and I was like, I think this boy's played us.
Yeah.
So he's put in an absolutely colossal effort there, and 5 strikes. Nothing to be sniffed at there.
No, it's not. That's a fine showing from Cardinal Smith. I was fully convinced the mind games in the group chat, man. Let's talk about the mind games here for a second. They are
let's do. This is the season for it. Now I know that like you streaming has added this little level of MK Ultra mind games here.
Yeah, it does.
So, like, it was particularly bad for Ridge Racer because everyone wants to get off to a good start, yourself. So when I watched you pretty much decimated my lap in the first run going live, I went, right, we're going back.
Okay, we have problems here. Yeah.
This one was not far off it, but I feel as if everyone just kind of went, I think I put it in the chat as well. I was like, is 260 a good score? I don't even know bowling. So I think we've all lent into the mind games. I think it lends to it big time.
Yeah. I've played mind games in the group chat for a very long time. It's nice to see everyone else finally get on board. So it is. But yeah, Cardinal was like, I can't get over 60. And I was like, oh, me neither, man. It's terrible. It's a really bad game. I don't like this challenge. I ever think this needs their teeth kicked in. Things like that. When secretly I was doing okay in my practice runs, really. I wasn't never getting a mega score. But I was doing better than I was letting on. And then, I decided, you know what? I haven't really put much time into this challenge. I need to stream it. Let's do an hour
because the streaming does just give you that little bit more accountability, because you then are having to lock in and do some more now.
I think that the difference between playing it in private and playing it on stream is, in private, if you have 1 or 2 bad games, you can just turn the PlayStation off. If you're streaming it on Twitch, then you're kind of accountable to people who may or may not be watching. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're less inclined just to go, that's a bad game, see you later. And it keeps me going when it comes to scores like this, or challenges like this, where it's high score and it's just grind, get better. And the pressure mounts. You mount the pressure on yourself. It's crazy how much pressure I put myself under when it comes to stuff like this. But yeah, that is Cardinal Smith's run. For audio listeners, that's, as Tom says, it's a PB. It's his highest score. It's a new record. Cardinal scored a really respectable 179.
I'd be happy with that.
I'd be happy with that too, to be quite honest. I'd be happy with that. It beats out 2 of the recordings of my PlayStation with high scores, if that makes sense.
It's good.
So it does.
It's a good start.
It's a really good start. But yeah, people are probably wondering, are we going to get stuck into Tomahawk's gameplay straight away? Because they can't play name that game, because where's Cardinal? Where's the competition? That league table looks like this. It's 1-0 to Tomahawk. And no, we're not going to play name that game. We have been putting out questions to you guys on social media.
All of them. All of them.
So we have been asking you, what are you playing? And you have given us the responses. So let's see what the listeners have to say about what's been in their PlayStations. Okay, Tomahawk. So you've been putting out the question on Instagram. And of course, the question is, what are you playing? And I believe you have some replies. So let's hear the listeners.
We get this every week, and we do get some repeat answers, and we do get some repeat folks in. So always a big shout out and big thank you for sending that in. It's always great to hear some the weird and wonderful collections and backlogs of everyone else, of our listeners and stuff. So Phil Mack, our first reply, he's about 50% through Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, which is a great game. Plays really well on the Portal as well, and he's double dipping. He's also going in and he's trying to finish in a platinum Ghost of Yotei.
Ooh!
So I think we're on two ends of the scale here. One's quite a dense Metroidvania, and one's quite a dense open world, harsh story driven campaign. So both, Prince of Persia is excellent. I've only played maybe the first couple of chapters of it now, but probably one I want to get back into.
Yeah.
And with gaming streaming, why the hell not? Why wouldn't I? Who else did we get? A good friend of the podcast, previous guest, Discount Josh. He platinumed Ark Raiders. I mean, of course he did. This Josh, I swear, the world has a platinum shortage, and you are the problem. He worded it as almost finished Ark Raiders. I didn't think it was possible to complete a live service extraction shooter, but
here we are.
This is the world we live in now. But he's got Code Vein and Code Vein 2 prepped to go afterwards. These aren't ones can't say I've ever played Code Vein.
They're Namco anime Souls-likes, right up his street.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, I feel as if the way that we're going with this season at the minute, a Namco theme running right through so far wouldn't be the worst thing. So maybe we'll do it. We'll all play Code Vein as well. We've got other friend of the podcast, Hook. Go check him out on twitch.tv. He's stepping into Skyrim. That'll be one for Cardinal Smith as well. And his exact wordings were finally trying to get past the intro section to Skyrim.
Don't do it, Hook. Play a good game, mate. Give up on
Hook's been playing Dark Souls 2 on stream as well. So I think if you're going to torture yourself playing Skyrim as well, I suppose.
Dark Souls 2, my goodness gracious me. Yeah, no, Hook, play some good games, man. Come on, let's go.
I mean, this is the man who voted Halo 3 as his 2025 game of the year, but we're neither here nor there in this one. And lastly, our good friends at GamerFest, Boss Dooley, he's booted up Ultros. That was a PlayStation Plus title. I don't know an awful lot about this one, so I'm hoping that you can shed a little bit of light on.
If memory serves me right, this is the neon colored 2D. It looked like a Metroidvania that we saw in this Summer Games Fest last year. I thought it looked pretty good. I didn't realize it was on PlayStation Plus.
It was the February game there, so one of them at least anyway. So it dropped. I have it downloaded, ready to kind of tackle through it. It has the Hollow Knight Metroidvania vibes to it with the tunnel system and that kind of stuff. The big neon setting has got me intrigued. And when you boot it up, when you have it on the PlayStation, the way it gives you like a little tagline on each of the games. This one says break the cycle. So this is automatically giving me like Returnal energy as well.
Is it a rogue?
If it's like a rogue Metroidvania, like
brutal,
it'll be chaos.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'll check out.
So I'm really, really intrigued on this one. It's on it's on this console, ready to go. So I think we'll check back in with that one in a couple of weeks. But yeah, that is everyone who chimed in. So thank you everyone for sending in. What are you playing?
Yes, and we look forward to more next week.
Keep it up. Keep it coming. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Keep it coming. You take your time to write and reply to our stuff. It's only fair that we give you some of our
shout
time.
It out. Yeah.
And speaking of our time, it's a basketball term. We're not playing basketball tonight. We're playing bowling. Tom, wrong sport. Let's get to your frame of Tekken Bowl. And here we are, Tomahawk, after Cardinals' very high...
strong showing.
His very high baseline here. 179 is the score you have to beat here in Tekken Bowl. Before we get into that, we started something new this week with our audience. And we asked them on X and Instagram who is going to win this week's challenge. It is Tekken Bowl. And here's the votes broken down. I got 0 votes, which I've always said our listeners are an intelligent bunch, but clearly they haven't been watching any episode of High Scores, High Stakes before, because how you can witness this man's greatness and say, I'm not going to vote for Lava. So either they don't know me or they hate serial winners. If you want to
haters hate success, that's what it is. Lava. I mean, like, here's me saying, here's the one who hates your success on a weekly basis. I have to live in it.
I'm this podcast, Manchester City. Even when I win, I can't do right. So I think that's what it is. I think it's what it is. People just don't like serial winners. So that means the votes were split between you and Cardinal. Cardinal got 2 votes. But Tomahawk, you got 5 votes. So this means that you have all the pressure on you this week. The audience think you're going to win. And there is only one way to find out if you are going to win. And that is by me passing the mic over to you, Tomahawk, while you talk about Tekken Bowl.
Well, for starters, I went for the tried and tested method of the Space Ninja Yoshimitsu.
Let's go.
Because I think the Tekken 7 model for him is the best I've ever seen.
It's absolutely incredible.
It's the tentacles that get me. But the one thing I didn't like about this, and I forgot it from Tekken Tag Tournament, was because he has a cyborg alien ninja.
Yes.
He has the sort of targeting HUD.
Yes.
Which is very distracting the entire way. So there was a lot of having to learn my way around that to go, that's not actually targeting, that's just highlighting where you're aiming.
Okay. What?
So it doesn't actually do anything. It just goes, that's where you're shooting. It just pinpoints where you're aiming as opposed to it's locking on.
Okay, right. So for the benefit of audio listeners, usually in this game, your aiming is a arrow line on the alley.
On the alley, yeah.
Yotsumitsu, it is a Samus Aran Metroid Prime circle with loads of arrows. I don't know how you're meant to use that.
It's like a targeting HUD for Predator. That's the only way I can describe it. Like, it's so distracting on screen. But I've hit 3 strikes in a row, so I'm doing something. Now, I have slightly differed from Cardinal's effort where he's gone to the very edge and just like pivoted. I've actually took into the fact that these guys have power and spin stats. Mm-hmm. So we all opted for B tier players. So on this, what I've decided to do is I've gone to the second last arrow on the alley. I've used that as my marker, and I've always just kicking it a little bit to the left and applying some amount of power, and that tends to put it at the you tend to spin it into the angle, and you're getting a maximum coverage of pins hit.
Yeah, I mean, there was that number 6.
I think that is number 5. That's 5 strikes in a row now. So I was feeling pretty good at this stage.
Yeah. So would I be. There's 6.
6. Now the problem is when you've hit 60%, you have a 60% strike rate here. The idea of a perfect game starts to creep into your head.
Of course it does, yeah.
And then when the perfect game creeps into your head, this is where the mistakes start to be made. So automatically I've already overhit this. I could tell I've overhit this. And I've hit 8.
Yeah, it's an easy spur, though, in fairness. It is it's pretty much a side-by-side spur. It's the 5 and 8, I want to say, pins that are still standing here.
So my original technique from this was just be in the middle lane, maximum power, and hit in a straight line. And I realized that trying to hit in a straight line in this game is nigh impossible.
I mean, yes and
It's how
no.
quick that it's how quick that little meter wobbles back and forth, and
Yeah,
because obviously certain characters are left-handed, certain characters are right-handed, that pivots one way.
yeah. For the benefit of the audio listener, how this game works is you pick a line down the alley you want to throw, and then it goes into a traditional sort of bowling game where you have aim meter which goes from left to right, and it's your job to stop it at exactly the right time. And then you have a power meter which goes up and down. It's your job to then stop it near the top in order to get maximum power. That's how this game works. The arm your player uses to throw dictates how the meter moves, and the longer it takes you, the more erratic it becomes. It's all very, there's a lot going on here mechanically wise, and you've just got 2 more strikes there after a wee
Just a
wobble.
wee wobble there. We're back on with a strike now, so I think this puts us into frame 10
10.
now. So if I can hit 3, my plan was here to hit 3 strikes and finish strong, start strong, finish strong. I've put not so much power into this, and I was just relying on the Skittles to kind of carry it the rest of the way there. But I
Yeah.
have a side by sides. But this is quite nice that it give you the degree of difficulty on like a 1 to 10 star rate, and I thought that was quite a nice little touch for that.
Yeah.
And
Oh dear.
we're finishing with an overcharge here, so we have got ourselves a fault.
That's a great score, by the way. 222 is a great score. I'm still really confused as to how that circle thing is meant to indicate where you're aiming. I don't understand it just from looking at it. It's something that I think you need to play to kind of understand. If audio listeners want to check out the video just to see what that looks like, I would recommend it because it is bizarre.
I'm just pulling it back onto the video there, and even I'm just like, the fact that I did 10 frames with that,
I have no idea how it's meant
chaos
to work. I really don't. I don't understand how that's meant to help you in any way, shape, or form. But here, it is what it is. It's weird, but it didn't stop you from getting, what was that, 8 strikes?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikes.
Wow.
7 strikes, 1 spare, and then I finished
2 dropped.
I finished with a fault. So
yeah, the fault.
I mean, if I'm gonna end it, I'm gonna end it comedically, if nothing else. Then
yeah, which means that you are now leading the way with 1 run leaving. That means
this is what worries me, because I don't remember, because I watched you stream and I don't remember what you scored now, so I'm actually living in dread of have I done it? Have I done enough, or have I like been complacent?
yeah. Well, let's just put it this way, okay? If it was you had 1 run left and it was Cardinal, you would be a lot more confident. But it's the big dog. It is Mr. 7 in a row, Mr. 47% success rate in challenges.
I need to stop the run. This is my job now. If I can do nothing else but stop the run, I'll be a happy boy.
I think I am currently sitting on a 5-win streak. I won the back 4 of last season. I won last week. The question is, can I get a 2, 2, 3 or higher? The only way to find out, Tomahawk, is by getting to my gameplay, and I will happily talk you through my tactics in this.
Please do, because I can only ever gauge your reactions and gauge your thought process on the little camera window on Twitch. So to be able to sort of deep dive and dissect this, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
And here we are, Tomahawk. I now know what I have to do. I have to score a 1, 2, 3, a 2, 2, 3, because your 222 is hugely impressive. I have went for Old Faithful here.
That HUD is so nice.
It's so clean.
So clean.
I am Orang, my boy, my number 1. He has been my number 1 character in Tekken since Tekken 3. And you can see me here. I have this tactic, okay? I stand fairly central. The reason I do that is because if you get your throwing angle wrong, as you run towards the alley, you can correct it.
Now, I knew that was a thing, but I couldn't figure out what I needed to do to do it, to execute it then. So if you want
So
to enlighten me on this one,
yes,
I'd be very, very grateful.
so your aiming reticle is the way your ball is going to spin. Okay, and I just threw an 8 in the first
Ooh.
frame. So yeah, not a great start, but the aiming thing is the way the ball's going to spin. So if you over egg your aim, you move in the opposite direction to try to get the ball where you want it to go. So you'll notice that I take a long time to throw the ball each and every frame. Okay, and that is because see the lines on the alley. There's like vertical lines run right down
Uh-huh.
it. I am trying to get it in between the line that matches up with pin number 1 and the line that matches with pin number 3. And then trying
Okay.
to get the
Yeah.
ball as straight as I can and try to get much power as possible. I find that's a fairly consistent way of getting strikes. Now, you're probably thinking it's hard to get your aim straight. How do you do that? And this is what I do with the aim. I don't watch the arrow that goes from left to right. I just watch the part of the screen where I want that to finish. Once it comes in my periphery, then I hit the button. And
Where
it's
you want it to be and not where it's going.
yeah,
That's a good shout, actually.
yeah, it's kind of like Space Invaders, where you shoot where they're going to be, not where they were. It's kind of like that, and I find it keeps me reasonably within fixable sort of range, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I combine, if I'm off slightly, then I can just move as I run towards the alley. And when it comes to spurs and stuff, I always just try to get as many pins as I can with the ball and hit them on the side where it's going to cause a ricochet into the other one. And it works all right. Yeah, it's fine. But right now, what is that? 3 frames deep?
Picking up spares at least anyway. I think this is what you did say on stream as well. As long as you're picking up spares, that that running total is going to sort of tally across into the next frame. Then the only thing I will say is, and I have beef with this, if Yoshimitsu has a robotic HUD, why does Warang get 20/20 vision?
Because that is a fashion statement. He doesn't actually
patches.
He doesn't actually have one eye missing. I don't know why he wears it. It's a fashion statement and it looks cool as heck. Okay, don't diss my boy. He will kick you in the head.
He would. The man is a kickboxing genius here. So we've got ourselves a strike, and this is where like the gameplay, for those not watching the video, the bowling alley becomes like a roller disco. Everything goes neon. Everything goes a bit spacey and a bit 90s arcade.
Yeah.
And it becomes really distracting for building on your strikes and to create some sort of combo or and whatnot. Like,
it completely covers my alley lines. So I can't see where my aiming line should be, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the Tekken Bowl does this really cool thing where it will place your character on a random sort of alignment each and every frame. You're never dead center. So you can't just go on fade, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you can't just go XXX and then like muscle memory it, basically.
Yeah, it's a hard game. I struggle with this one. I'm not gonna lie.
It absolutely demanded the man hours into this. It wasn't this was never going to be a one and done, but that is phenomenal. Straight down the middle and another strike here. So
just off center. If you hit it,
that's it. I mean, like you've got like, I remember that was the technique I probably would have adopted back in Tekken Tag Tournament, would have been straight down the middle, full power. Whereas I think for me, I kind of went, let's play bowling. Let's do spin. Let's make you rely on it quite a lot. Oh, that is another delightful strike here. And I have the commentary just on like 1% volume as we're watching this back here. I'm like just listening to the love of commentary. Check the Twitch VOD. It's incredible. So if people haven't watched this, go and watch it, please, just for the commentary alone.
It is so swings around the boots. So it is.
I think what you need now is potentially a strike between now and the end game as well. So, and we've just accomplished a turkey.
Yeah. Yeah, I got into the swing of this frame, so at that big time, this was a grower, not a shower, to be quite honest. Because, since that first frame where I only scored an 8, I've got spurs or strikes in every single frame.
Yeah. So it's strong. And you can tell as well, this is the laugh, this is the tell when you're locked in, the chat becomes reserved and it just becomes, you become a hype man to yourself. And I think it's brilliant. It's a great way to sort of keep yourself motivated and locked in for these
Yeah.
challenges now.
I've
But
left myself with a nightmare spur here. It
tricky spare. And this is
drains.
again, this is one that I think they call it like a picket fence or something like that. If it's on that kind of that V shape, anywhere on that V shape now. So I think I like the terminology that you get on some of these, but can you get it? Oh, he does.
Of course you
He
can.
picks that up as well. That's a lovely spare now. But it takes you
man can bowl.
nicely into the 10th frame. So you get 3 throws on this should it all come good with strikes. But
Could you imagine if I got a turkey in the 10th frame? That would be absolutely incredible scenes, wouldn't it? I mean, it would be absolutely
I'm
incredible
worried
scenes.
now because where you're picking up spares, I was missing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a nice spare to potentially pick up here now. You've got the 8 and the 5 down
Yeah.
with a 184 to carry through as well. So it's going to be close.
That's not. It's impossible. It is an impossibility at this stage of the game here. My highest I can get is 204, regardless of what I do here.
Oh, dear.
I guess if I pick up a spur, it brings me to 194, and if I get a strike after that, it brings me up to 204. So yeah, that's pretty much how I was playing out. I just pick up the spur though.
Do you know what though? That's it. I mean, it's always about picking up the spares and just maximizing as well. So I want to see how this 10th frame third throw goes.
Yeah. So currently my score is 194.
Okay.
If I get a strike in this one, then we're golden. We've broke a 200 mark, which was what I was aiming for to start this challenge, to be quite honest. I thought 200 would be a fairly safe score, but apparently not, because Tomahawk picked up 222, and there we go.
Oh, what he does, finish on a strike. It's
another strike.
Wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful stuff.
So
I will just get that confirmation there now. We have got 204 as your final score.
Yeah. And if you look at the distribution of strikes, okay, I got 6 strikes that frame, which I think was the same as you. Did you get 6 or 7?
I got 7.
So you actually got one more than me, but it finished up with 18 more points. It's just going to show you it's not just about getting strikes, it's the distribution of those strikes. You want to get as many in a row as you can to carry over those 30 scores. Because I only got one less strike than you, but because they were dispersed throughout
spaced
the frame,
out quite a lot, yeah.
Don't get the full benefit of them. But yeah, that's the game over. It was a PB for me for that character. I was scrolling through my characters. One of my characters must have been from way back when in the PlayStation 4, had a 249.
Wow. So we must have been using like A tier, like, because you get some of them that are middle of the road. I think we need to kind of maybe talk about some of the characters on this, because we did sort of stipulate no A pluses, no S tiers.
Yeah.
But with some of like Armor King is my perfect sort of go-to example on this. He has an S rating for power, but has a D rating for spin.
Yes.
So I think that when it comes to that, like he can probably control his power bar a lot better and has a lot more leeway in where the input happens. His left to right is probably going to be all over the show.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. I think the way it works is depending on the tier of spin, it opens up more of that reticle, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So you have more like angles available to you. I don't know if it makes the game any easier, but some like Jack in Tekken Bowl, if you haven't tried Jack, play Jack in Tekken Bowl. He is a cheat code.
Oh, really?
Total cheat code.
I actually think that was Andy Games' Tekken Tag pick back in the day for the fighter and for Tekken Bowl as well.
If you're picking Jack to fight with, you need to have a good hard look at yourself in the mirror, Andy. But yeah, that brings us on to the scoring then. So it is, and it is not 6 in a row. Back to 0 in a row. Okay, so at the end of that challenge then, Tomahawk, here are our final scores. In third place, picking up 1 point, is Cardinal Smith with a score of 179. It's a good score. I'll stand by that good. All day long.
It's a solid score for time economy and what we have. Because we to be fair, we all left this to the 11th hour to do this challenge, really.
I didn't get much time in this challenge. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. But yeah, so he came third with 179, so he gets 1 point. I came second with a score of 204, pick me up 2 points. But you, with a score of 222, pick up the win, pick up 3 points.
I'm off the mark.
Which we can add to our league table. In third place with 2 points is Cardinal Smith. In second place with 5 points is you, mate.
Ooh.
Tomahawk. And in first place on 6 points is myself. Me, Lover.
There's never any major shifting in leagues. It just is. It's banking points at this stage of the game, isn't it? It's never going to be. Nothing's going to be won or lost in 2 challenges. However, I am quite pleased to be off the mark. It is nice just to have that.
Your first win. Your belt.
So anything else now is just an added bonus at this point.
Yeah. It's the league's always tricky because our scoring system, unless you're going to win consistently, it's hard to build up a head of steam. So getting as many points as you can early season, nothing's won and lost by episode 2, but it does make your job of winning the season a wee bit easier if you start picking up points in episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Exactly.
So it does. You don't want to be chasing because it's not a good place to be because the pressure you put yourself ramps
2s
up.
and 3s are where we're at, and then rely on bonus points. Bonus points are nice when they're seldom handed out.
I always play for 3. If you get a bonus as a side effect of aiming for 3, fair play. That's what happened last week with Ridger. I will always play for 3 points. Always. But yeah, that brings us to the end of that Tekken challenge. Personally, Tekken Bowl's great. It is frustrating, but when you get into that rhythm and you get strike, it feels great.
Oh, yeah.
Feels great. One thing I will say about it is the Heihachi pins, awful.
Because I played, I think when we were QAing this one, I think striker mode was thrown out there and it was quickly shot down. And I moved this over. I went to the classic and I went, oh, do you want classic pins or Heihachi pins? And I went, I'll try the Heihachi ones, and they're awful because
they're like trophies and they don't act the same as pins. So it makes it really difficult to get strikes, I find.
Yeah, they slide. Anyone that takes a bump mechanic immediately then slides the rest of them across as opposed to scatters them, which was a weird one, really strange one. But then that's Tekken. I think the aesthetic for because we didn't really talk much about the aesthetic of this, because it's just a mini game for all intents and purposes, but they nailed that kind of what felt like a 90s arcade vibe to me throughout.
Yeah.
With music set in neon lights and kind of just people cheering you in the background.
The background people that are taken from one of the stages in the story mode. They are. They're just cheering like you're fighting. It's great. It is great. It's a great mini game. If you own Tekken 7, download it. Give this a go because it's really good fun and it's frustrating. And if you can beat any of our scores, why not leave your scores in the comments below?
Yes.
Yeah. And with all that being said, Tomahawk, that's the end of it. The lights have gone off. The alley is closing. We're being kicked out. So at least there's only one place to go, and that's the wrap-up section. And that is it, Tomahawk. Another episode all wrapped up. And frankly, I don't care what anyone says, those 3 scores are really good scores. And
100%.
Given any, it could have easily been any one of us to win.
Yeah, I mean, you switch your spares into strikes, that creates a bigger chain of strikes, that changes your score and makes it a little bit tighter. Cardinal, if he's same again on his, if he bumps in all of those spares that he did, because he hit a lot of spares and they become strikes, that tightens that. I mean, this comes down to fine margins and a little bit of RNG.
Yes,
kind of, but I think all scores were great scores, to be honest. I think it just came to the couldn't press the button in a finer.
I mean, yes,
in a finite kind of way.
There's so many infinite sort of variations you can do in every single throw, and it just whoever picks the baddest
Yeah.
conditions to throw the ball. And if you watching or listening to this at home think, I can beat their scores, prove it. Beat them. Put your scores in the comments wherever you're watching this. It's that simple. We will shout out anyone who can beat any of our scores in Tekken Bowl next week on the episode. Let's do that. Let's lay down the gauntlet. Don't be shy, but we're really friendly, believe it or not. But if you think or if you can beat our scores, why not? The score to aim for is any 3, but if you really want our kudos, you're aiming for 2, 2, 3. Can you get it? Let's find out. But with all that being said, Tom Hawk, the only thing I have to do here is the sort of housekeeping. So it's the same as every week. If you've listened to this, if you got this far, then clearly you like us. Why not consider giving us a star rating, whatever podcast platform you listen to? 1 star to 5, whatever you think we're worth, that's what we get. If you want to give us a written review, that's even better. And we thank you very much for those written reviews. If you're watching this on YouTube and you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon, be notified when a new episode is released. It's every Monday, by the way, every Monday. And if you want to support us, the easiest, best way of doing that is just hitting that share button and sharing this podcast with a family member or a friend you think it might enjoy it. And yeah, if you want more high scores, high stakes content, because 1 hour-ish a week isn't enough, high scores, highstakes.com is the place to go. But with all of that being said, Tomahawk, I have nothing left to say except I'm going to win next week's challenge. And I've been Mr. Lava Lava. This has been High Scores, High Stakes. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday. Love y'all. Bye.